Hi Claire, I've not been in the toilet.
I was hoping not.
No.
Where have we been?
Just have a look around. The engine room in North Shields, where we've got a lovely performance from Ceitidh Mac, from the Welsh Valleys, up to the Tyne and into our hearts.
Absolutely.
Which is lovely. Can you tell us a bit about her, Claire, for those who don't know?
She's such an astonishing performer. She plays cello, guitar, all kinds of other instruments, multi-instrumentalist, multi-talented songwriter. She has a wonderful voice and just some beautiful songs. Really enjoyed the set.
Let's take the long road. We've still got miles and miles and miles to go. Engines oiled, wheels spinning, lights beaming, coffee steaming. Hardy old Corolla, it's not over, let's take the long road. We've still got miles and miles and miles to go. There's bigger fish to fry inside when your neighbor doesn't quite park in the lines. Hardy old Corolla, it's not over, let's take the long road. We've still got miles and miles and miles to go. Climate's getting warmer and there's chaos in full swing. I should really take the train, but I can't afford the flipping thing. Miles and miles and miles to go. Miles and miles and miles to go. We've got miles and miles and miles to go. Miles and miles and miles. Time for the revolution.
Hello there. We don't usually do this to start an interview. We usually just go straight in. It gets cut straight in. But I just thought it's worth a mention that we're actually in the presence of a known serial killer around the North Shields area. I hope you don't mind, Katie, while we're doing this interview. Just up there, plenty of people worried about a goldfish that he's going to be trapped. But he's in solitary confinement for a reason. He's murdered any fish that are in the tank with him. It's getting beeped out, isn't it? Yeah. So this little shit up here is Harry the Bastard, little fucker. There'll be a lot of beeps there, so I hope you don't mind. But yeah, so we're just going to, in the presence of a serial killer, it shouldn't take any of the niceness away from the interview, Katie. Is that okay? Yeah, is this the first time you've been interviewed near a serial killer?
As far as I know.
Yeah. Not the ghost of a serial killer, because there's plenty of those. But we will talk about the supernatural element of serial killers later on in a different show, not this one, okay? That probably need to be edited a lot of that, but that's fine, it's fine. Stephen can do that. Katie, actual music questions, are you okay for them? Yeah, rather than just a load of waffle. When did you start performing and how did you become a musician?
I think I started like singing and playing the cello when I moved up to Newcastle, which was a long time ago now. I think like I moved up to do the folk degree, and sort of that's when I started like singing and playing the cello. And before that, sort of did a few gigs as like when I was growing up, teenager,
Yeah.
angsty teenager. But yeah, sort of, yeah, when I moved to Newcastle, which, so I think like, I don't actually know when, I think like about 7 years ago.
Oh, so, yeah. And it's
Something
obviously
like
been
that.
played for like decades. Not that I'm saying you're old, but it doesn't sound like that. It sounds really sort of, no, like you know your stuff.
I've been
Experience
playing the
is
cello
the
for a long
word.
time, but yeah,
Yeah.
actually like putting them together.
Yeah, as a
more
performer.
recent. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And so we talk about the cello. What is it about the cello that appeals to you as a songwriter, and how do you compose your work with it?
Yeah, like I started playing the cello first and then started singing and writing songs. So like I think as a cello player and I'm writing like songs as well. But it's just got like a lot of range. It's got the bassy sounds, and you can sort of like it's sort of seen as a classical instrument, but there's loads you can do with it. You can like do quite percussive stuff.
Yeah.
There's
Which is what you did on that song, which was a song that you did on?
Scrappy.
Yeah, Scrappy, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, like the sound and the range and the sort of versatility you can use it for.
Yeah, no,
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's a versatile instrument. You might as well utilise its versatility. So yeah, your music's like a fusion of it's traditional. There's like a contemporary alternative element to it. You use like electronics. Your vocal style is very unique, quite interesting, very melodic, bit of staccato at times. How have you arrived at this sound?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Where am I? What am I doing here?
I think like so started playing. I really like playing with percussion players, so having like that element, and I think like my songwriting and the sound is shaped a lot by the cello and what you can do with it. Like, so that's a big part of the sound, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I don't know. It's just happened.
What about some of the sort of like the vocal, like the phrasing, or where did you? Is that just something that's now? Or do you work at that? Do you experiment? Are you quite experimental with the vocal?
I like
element?
melodies a lot. Like I think, like lyric wise, I like thinking about the sounds in the words.
Yeah.
And sort of creating melodies from the shape of the word and stuff like that. But like definitely, I'd say I work more like with like a riff and working from that than like my music theory is not good. Like trying to work out chords and stuff. It's more like you do it by ear. And
Like a fit of the feel.
Yeah. Just like
How it sounds. Does it feel right?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't want to put me sort of telling you what your music is. Sorry, don't cut that bit out if that's what it sounds like. And lastly, you sort of touched on it there. Where did the inspiration, or what is the inspiration for your songs and music?
I think like all sorts of things, but I'd say like people a lot, and sort of how odd society is, and like
What?
and sort of like the direction we're going in, and sort of reflecting people, and I think, but also like places and nature, and but I'd say mainly just the oddities of humans.
Two goldfinches in your mouth. You're a comfortable grass does grow in the bricks where they crack, but your day now is like a flower in its pot. What have we done? What have we done? Oh, what have we doing still? If I was you, I'm sure I'd be doing the same thing that you do. Flora, oh, Flora, perspiring in the sun. Millions of years before we came along. Flowers bloom, it's what they grow to do. You catch blackbirds and goldfinches too. What have we done? What have we done? Oh, what have we